Richard was the third marshal to be buried in Boot Hill in the last 7 months. No local man wants the job, and I can't say that I blame him. But this can't go on. Gentlemen, we've either got to bring law and order to this community or sacrifice everything we've worked for and get out. Something's got to be done about it.
Well, Ed, you and your bank have the most to lose. Anything you suggest will be all right with the rest of us.
Well, back where I came from, they have an organization that's made a name for itself. The Texas Rangers. Those men know how to deal with the lawless.
That's true, but what good can they do us? This ain't Texas, it's California.
That's right, Sam. But I think they might be talked into making a loan to California.
You're not figuring on borrowing a bunch of Rangers, are you?
No, not a bunch. Just one, an extra good one. I'm getting a letter off on the next stage to an old friend of mine in Texas.
If law and order can once be established, our honest, hard-working citizens will make California the garden spot of the nation. If one of your young cubs wants to make a reputation for himself, tell him that the man who cleans up the Santa Carmen Valley will rank with such famous marshals as Bat Masterson, Wyatt Earp, and Pat Garrett. I want to help him out by sending him the best man for the job I know. That's why I called you in, Cassidy.
Well, that's quite a compliment coming from you, Captain Andrews. It looks to me like it'd take more than one man to take care of that job.
You could take Jenkins. You two always work together anyway.
Let's take it, Hoppy. I've always wanted to see California.
He means he's been wanting to see some of them senoritas he's been hearing so much about. No, California's a long ways off, Captain. Maybe one of the other men would like to go.
I know it's an unusual request. I have no authority to send a man out of the state unless it's on state business. It's entirely up to you.
Oh, come on, Hoppy. Neither one of us has ever been to the coast. Why, you can't tell. We might want to settle down out there among those...
Yeah, among the senoritas. No, I hate to disappoint you, Captain, but my time's about up here with the Rangers, and I thought I'd head back for the Bar 20.
It's all right, Hoppy. I'll try and find somebody else.
It's all right.
What about me?
You mean you want to go to California all by yourself?
Why, sure. What's the matter with that?
It's a tough assignment, Jenkins.
I've come through a lot of tough things with Hoppy. We've had a couple of pretty bad assignments down here on the border. Why didn't I bring in Pete and Jed Watson along?
Yeah, that's true, but...
Come on, let's talk it over. You don't have to decide right away.
It's a good idea. Maybe you'll change your mind, Cassidy.
If I do, I'll let you know. So you're figuring on walking out on your partner, huh?
Well, it ain't bad. Why can't we both go?
For the same reason I gave Andrew. We've been troubleshooting long enough. I thought after we got through here next month, we'd head back to the Bar 20 and kind of get acquainted all over again with the only home we've ever known.
Oh, things seem mighty slow back there after the life we've been leading.
So you crave more excitement, huh? Or maybe that letter about the man that cleans up Santa Carmen building a reputation for himself. Maybe that sort of riled up your ambition. Is that it?
Maybe.
Then you're loco.
You and Andrews don't think I'm heavy enough for the job. Well, if I'm not, it's my grief, ain't it?
I guess so, if that's the way you feel about it.
Oh, it ain't that. Don't you see, Hoppy, it'd be swell if we could go out there together. But you won't, and... Well, I can't keep tied to your apron strings all my life. Gee, you've taught me a lot, and I'm grateful. A man's got to get out on his own sometime. Any man does. This is my big chance. We can still be pals, can't we?
You never had any idea it'd be any other way, did you?
No, I guess not. And all that stuff about being as famous as Bat Masterson or Wyatt Earp, that had nothing to do with it. Only one man I'd like to be like, and... Well, guess you know who that is, Hoppy.
When are you figuring on leaving?
You mean just as soon as I'd get my release from Andrews and throw a leg over that saddle?
All right. I'll ride a ways with you. No last chance of talking you into changing your mind, is it?
No. No chance of talking you into changing yours, is it?
No, not a chance.
Maybe you can drop me a line when you get back to the Bar 20.
Maybe just a line. You know how I hate to write.
Yeah. I'll write you a letter as soon as I get settled at Santa Carmen and tell you all about it.
Yeah. Tell me all about them senoritas. Well, I guess this is about as far as I better go.
Maybe we'll be seeing each other sooner than we plan to. Hoppy?
Yeah, maybe. Well, so long, kid. And remember, the fastest gunman in the world can be outsmarted if you can't outdraw him.
I'll try to remember that, Hoppy. So long.
So long.
Where'd you get all them horses?
Someday you're gonna ask one too many questions, California.
Now, ain't that gratitude for you? Here I've been cooking and washing and keeping things spick and span for you for 3 months, come next Tuesday, and you don't trust me. Why, out in California...
Yeah, but this ain't California. And if you burn the grub again tonight, me and the boys are gonna stake you out on a anthill, savvy?
You're gonna be back for supper, huh?
Yeah, all except Martin and Sully. They're driving the herd across the border tonight. Me and the boys are gonna ride along with them for a ways. We'll be back soon. Oh, and another thing. A gent is due to ride in here most any time now. Fix him up with a bottle and some grub and keep him undercover. He's on the dodge.
What name will he most likely answer to?
Well, he may answer to the name of Ben Stokes.
You don't mean the Ben Stokes that...
Yep, that's him.
Ben Stokes. Holy jumping catfish.
Reach, or I'll blow your head off. I've never shot a man in the back. Turn around. Hopalong Cassidy.
Howdy, Button. What happened?
I don't know. Last I heard, I was just shot. And I came to long enough to see Jim and Charlie laying over there, and horse herd was gone. Then I passed out again. When I opened my eyes, you was here. I reckon doesn't matter when feller cashes any chip in this game, does it, Hoppy?
You're not cashing none of the chips yet.
You know, Hoppy, I'd like to hang on long enough to get those quotes.
Don't worry, kid. You're gonna be all... We'll get them all right.
So, you think you're a tough hombre, Ben Stokes? Well, you're facing a gent that's just twice as tough, just twice as fast with a gun. I guess you found that out when old California Carlson got the drop on you without turning a hair.
I'm a holstering my gun just once more to give you a break. All right, Ben Stokes, you can draw. I'm a-waiting. Well? I said I'm a-waiting, Ben Stokes. Draw unless you get a few last words to say.
Well, looks like you got him plumb scared, partner.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I guess you're Ben Stokes.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, that's right. Gardner told me you'll be riding in most any time now.
That's so. Where is everybody?
Gone. I'm the only one here. I reckon you think I'm plumb loco, huh?
Certainly not. Well, there's nothing loco about a man trying to get a bird to put his hands up.
Say, you ain't such a bad cuss considering your reputation, Stokes. But then a fellow can't always tell. Why, look at me. Now, I'm a mild-appearing cuss. But mister out in California, I got a reputation that would curl your hair.
Oh, I can believe that.
You can?
Sure. You look like a right dangerous man to me.
Gosh, you really think so?
Surely. As soon as I saw you, I said to myself, there's a man I could go places with.
You sure are a judge of men, Stokes. My name is Carlson. California Carlson.
Glad to know you. You're from the coast, huh?
Yep, that's where I get my reputation. Of course, I ain't quite as famous as you are. That is, I ain't killed more than, maybe half as many men as you.
Nice looking coyote you got there.
Yep, sure is. He's mine.
Is that a California brand?
No, it's a Texas mark. I was fresh out of horses, and I kind of borrowed that one.
Oh. Of course, you know that horse stealing is in the same class as murder in this state.
Say, you ought to tell that to Gardner. He just came through here with enough cayuses to keep him hanging for the next 100 years.
Yeah, I thought I saw some tracks of a herd. Where's Gardner taking them?
A couple of the boys are running them across the border tonight. Gardner and the others will be back soon.
You seem to know quite a lot about Gardner and the boys, don't you?
Yep, enough to hang 'em all. Me and Gardner's just like that. Of course, he's the one on top. In fact, he tells me everything. I'm the only one of the gang that knows his future plans.
Is that so?
Sure. Gardner's gonna beat it out of Texas before the Rangers get wise to him. Besides, he just got word from the coast telling him to hit the trail for California pronto. Big things is happening out there.
What time did you say they'd be back?
Almost any minute now. Say, reminds me, I gotta start supper. Come on in. Gardner told me to make you comfortable. And I got a jug inside.
Just a minute. You remember I told you I thought you was a man I could go places with?
Sure do, Stokes. You and me'd make a great combination. You got any ideas?
Mm-hmm. We're starting now.
You mean right now?
Right now.
Swell.
Stick 'em up.
Say,
Turn around.
that gun ain't mine.
Get on your horse.
Well, where are we going?
I'm taking you in.
In?
Yep. You're under arrest for horse stealing and as a material witness against a gang of murderers.
You ain't Stokes, are you?
No,
No.
I'm Cassidy. And at present, I'm a ranger.
A ranger. Now, see here, Cassidy. See here, Mr. Cassidy. You got me all wrong. See? Now, I never stole no horse. Oh, I never witnessed no killing. I never killed nobody. I ain't seen or done nothing, Mr. Cassidy.
No, but you've done a lot of talking. Now, get on your horse.
Yeah, now listen, Mr. Cassidy.
Get on your
Mr.
horse.
Cassidy, I ain't an outlaw. Now listen, Mr. Cassidy. Mr. Cassidy, I ain't done nothing to nobody. Honest, Mr. Cassidy. Listen, Mr. Cassidy, I didn't know you was a ranger. I thought you was Ben Stokes, the outlaw. I've always had a hankering to be a bad man ever since Ma used to put me to sleep reading me them dime novels.
So when you thought I was Ben Stokes, you tried to make a good impression. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Of course, I spread it on a little too thick. Say, listen, everything I told you about me being so bad was just lies. I was just cooking for Gardner and the gang.
Hello, Stokes. Hiya.
Hi, Gardner.
Get down, come on in. I already told the cook to set an extra plate.
You ain't got no cook.
What do you mean?
I just saw him riding down the trail to town with a ranger.
Well, the ranger? Are you sure?
Yeah, he was telling him how innocent he was. But he was just a cook for the Gardner outfit.
That old coot knows too much. We gotta stop him before he does any more talking.
You ever read any poetry, Mr. Cassidy?
Can't say that I have.
Well, now ain't that too bad. There's one of them poet fellas once said something about being as pure as the driven snow.
And what's that got to do with it?
Well, that kind of describes me.
What describes you?
What the poet fella said about being as pure as the driven snow, that's me.
Well, I'm no poet. I'm just a ranger. As far as I'm concerned, you're one of a gang of murderers. As soon as I lock you up, I'm going to get a posse and come back and round up the rest of that Gardner outfit.
From the looks of things, you won't have to go back for nobody, because here comes everybody.
Stay close. We'll make a break for it. Not nervous, are you?
Just scared.
What about that reputation you built for yourself out in California?
Oh, there? The only reputation I ever had was for being the biggest barfly in the coast. Honest, Mr. Cassidy, I'm a fake. I was never in a gunfight in my life.
You know, it's you they're really after. They want to close that mouth of yours permanent.
Yeah, I know it. Ain't it awful? Gee, I'm scared.
Well, they say there's no braver man than a scared one when he's cornered. I'm going to see if there's anything to it. Here, take your gun and go to work. Pull that back.
Yeah. Wind off. I hit him.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself shooting at a cripple.
I was just trying to be humane. You'd shoot a horse with a broken leg, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a horse. You keep him covered. I'm going to see if I can get around back of him.
You mean you're going to leave me here all alone?
Just for a minute. You just keep pouring the lead into him.
Sure. Just keep pouring lead into him.
Baby, Knuckle, start working around him. Hey, we better get out of here.
I'll portal it, didn't know.
Come on.
Well, Cassidy, we sure done it.
We sure did.
Well, if it ain't Bucko and Randy. It seems to me I recollect you two casting disparaging remarks about my cooking. Something about me forgetting to comb the butter, and you ducked me in the watering trough.
What are you getting so tough about? Seems to me you was a prisoner yourself up to a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
I think you've had enough fun with that thing. All right, let's get going. It's a long ways to town. That way. Well, it's a cinch Gardner won't hang around here long after what happened today.
Yeah, he's probably already across the border.
I don't think so.
You got a better hunch?
Maybe I got something better than a hunch. California said something about him heading for the West Coast.
Looks like you might have something to go on there, Hoppy.
You're not suggesting that I go chasing off to California, are you?
Do I have to?
No, but I did think maybe if I went out that way, I might run into Gardner.
That's your only reason for heading for California, Hoppy?
No, I guess not.
Missing Lucky already? Worrying about him, maybe?
Ah, that kid and I have been through a lot together. You know, with him gone, I kind of feel like a horse that's been broke to double harness, suddenly traveling alone.
I think I savvy. Why don't you follow him out to the coast? He may need your help in cleaning up that mess at Santa Carmen. You might catch up with Gardner.
Well, I was kind of in hopes you'd make it official.
I'll make it official, all right. I'll see to it that you are made a United States Marshal. That'll give you authority in California or anywhere, if you should meet up with Gardner.
Good.
Anything else you want before you leave?
No, I guess not. Yeah, maybe there is. I know this is a little unusual, but I'd like to take California along with me.
But he's one of the Gardner bunch.
Oh, he was just a cook. He's perfectly harmless. I just brought him in as a material witness.
You must have some good reason for wanting to take an old galoot like that with you. I can't have it.
Well, he knows the country out there, and he might lead me to Gardner.
Yeah, and he might lead you into a lot of trouble. But if you want it that way, all right. Bring him in. We'll find out how much he knows about California.
Do I know California? Huh? Why, mister, I know every trail, mountain, and barranca in the state. You think you get something here in Texas? Huh? Why, man, out in California, you can lay in the shade of a palm tree, pick dates with one hand, and squeeze oranges for a chaser with the other. Meanwhile, you're kicking up nuggets as big as hen's eggs with your toes. And the soil. The soil!
I didn't call you in here to sell me California real estate. All I want to know is, you want a chance to clear out of Texas. Go to California with Cassidy. Follow his orders, or stay here and stretch rope as a horse thief.
Why, of course I want to clear out for California. And, Captain, out in California, that climate...
Shut up about California! Say, get this galoot out of here, will you, before he drives me loco?
You mean I don't have to go back in that cell with all them cockroaches?
No, you talked yourself out of it. Now get going before I change my mind. So long, Hoppy.
Just hold on, Cap.
And good luck.
Thanks.
Don't let that old windbag talk an arm off you.
That's the hombre I thought you was.
Well, maybe you better take this with you so you won't make the same mistake again. Well, come Camino Real. What does that mean, California?
El Camino Real? That's Spanish for the real Camino.
And what is a Camino?
A Camino is, you mean to tell me you don't know what a Camino is?
No. Do you?
Why, sure. I saw one once. But it's kind of hard to describe in American.
Don't you think maybe we'd better get down out of this altitude?
Maybe so. Hoppy.
Yeah?
Look down there. Get going. That's the stage from Santa Carmen.
Well, California, it looks like this country is going to be more interesting than I thought it would be. How far is it into the town?
Oh, maybe 6, 7 miles as the crow flies, but us not being crows, we'll cover about 10 between here and there.
Is what the boss wants. Old Ricardo Vallet's mailed it all right.
Just another Spanish land grant deed that'll never reach the land office for registration. We'd better get back to town pronto.
You're late again, amigo.
You mean those gringos, they robbed me again?
Kinda looks that way, but you didn't miss out by more than 5 minutes.
It is getting so I don't got a peso to give to the good padre when I go to Mass. How does a man going to live?
I don't know. But if you ask me, you picked out a darn poor business to make a living at. Too much competition. Can we go on now? Or won't you take a word for it?
Go on, amigo. I trust you.
When is this? Better luck next time.
Well, they certainly don't do things by halves in this country, do they?
You bet not. Holy jumping catfish, if it ain't Pico Serrano.
Who's he?
An old friend of mine. What's he doing holding up stagecoaches? Let's find out. Hey, Pico!
Amigo mio!
Hi, Pico.
It is good to see you. How did you was?
Oh, kind of sore-footed to be around.
Compañeros, this is my good friend, Senor Carlson. One time he saved my life when I almost drowned in the river.
Oh, shucks, it weren't nothing. I was so scared I just grabbed a hold of you and kept threshing water till we both got to shore. If I hadn't have been so scared, I could never have done it.
You're the same scary hombre, no? Who is this gringo?
He's my good friend Hopalong Cassidy. He saved my life once.
Senor Hopalong, it is my pleasure.
Glad to know you, Senor Pico.
You don't look so prosperous, Pico, and how come you turned highwayman?
My hacienda, she was stolen by the gringos. They make me an outlaw. So, I say, why not be one? But I am one poor bandidos, amigo.
You say they stole your house?
Si, senor.
That's a pretty big order, ain't it?
What can one man do against the bad gringos who come over the land like a plague?
What about the law?
The law? She means nothing. Where did you was going, amigos?
Santa Carmen.
Santa Carmen is one top place. Better you keep your pistolas loose in the holster.
Thanks for the tip.
And now, amigos, we must ride.
Where are you hanging your sombrero now you've lost your rancho?
On a rock beneath the stars, in the purple shadows of a canyon where only a coyote could find it.
And if I was a coyote, amigo?
Ooh, did you was a coyote? You would follow the path through El Diablo Pass until you come to those second barranca. The rocks going up those barranca don't gonna leave any tracks.
Bueno.
Vaya con Dios. Come on, vámonos.
We'll soon see how your young friend Lucky's making out.
And what your friend Pico said, don't look like he's made much of a dent in Santa Carmen.
I hope they ain't already planted him on Book Hill.
Ah, that boy will be all right if he just learn to control that temper and keep his head.
If you go after Bruce Morgan alone, you'll never live to see the sunset. Morgan shot a man down in cold blood this morning, and I happen to know that man was unarmed. Look out that window. Bruce Morgan's gun wolves. The whole pack waiting for you, with or without a posse. Posse? I've tried to deputize every honest man in this town, including the citizens committee that hired me. They're all afraid. Morgan's pulling a big bluff, and I know it. I'll let him get away with it now. I'm through.
Well, this place looks peaceful enough to me.
Just like Sunday. Only it ain't Sunday. And it's too quiet for any other day.
You remember where the marshal's office is?
Down the next block, if somebody ain't stole it. Did you see them fellers watching us like we were something they never seen before? Hoppy, there's something wrong. I can feel it. And it kind of scares me.
Kind of scares you, huh? Well, you're back to normal.
Yeah.
When we hired you, Jenkins, we didn't expect you to take chances like this. You're young, my boy, and maybe a little too hot-tempered for your own good. It won't mean you're yellow if you don't call Morgan's bluff in the face of such odds. So you think I'm too young? The man down in Texas who thinks so, too. He doesn't think I've got what it takes. Mr. Thompson, what that man thinks means an awful lot to me. I'm going to prove to him that I can do the job I'm hired for.
Stick 'em out.
Hoppy!
Getting kind of quick, ain't you?
Well, who wouldn't be?
What, no senoritas?
Well, I've been looking around, but I haven't found any yet.
Say, you seem to be a friend of his. Maybe you can stop him. He won't listen to me.
What's going on here?
Well, this reckless young fool is heading straight for his death. He's going to try to arrest Bruce Morgan for murder.
Who's Morgan?
He runs things around here. Those were his gunmen you passed along the street.
I told you there was something wrong. Now I am getting scared.
Then I'd get away from that open door. Ah, you're at it again, huh? You can't run up against a combination like that, Lucky. Let's talk it over, see what we can figure out.
Nope, I've made up my mind.
Wait a minute.
Don't try to stop me, Hoppy. I got a job to do.
Lucky!
Hey, get in there. You too, Thompson. Hate to do this, Hoppy, but I'll let you out when I bring Morgan in.
Good idea, the government, to force registration of original Spanish grant papers as proof of ownership. Now, this Velez Rancho joins my present hacienda, the old Pico Serrano place. Together, they make up some 30,000 acres. Now, tomorrow, we'll file dummy homestead claims, just to make everything legal and proper. Then we'll evict the squatter, Senor Velez.
Squatter? Huh. He's only been squatting there for the past 40 years.
Glad you boys drifted in when you did. It's been more than a year since I've seen you, Gardner. I know I'll be able to use a man like you, Stokes. Let's have a drink on it.
Hey, Morgan. Looks like that new marshal and his boss is slow in getting here.
That's the way it looks, all right.
Let us out of here.
Is that you, Mr. Thompson?
Of course it's me.
Why, they can't put you in jail.
They can't, huh? Don't stand there like a fool. Open this door.
You wanted at the bank, Mr. Thompson. That we've got to get those
Hang
accounts.
the bank. Get us out of here. Get the key off the desk.
Where can I find Morgan?
At the Diamond Horseshoe Bar.
Well, maybe I can stop that kid yet.
Yeah.
What are you going for?
I'm too scared to stay in this jailhouse.
Well, maybe if you stay scared enough, you can be some help. Wait a minute. Come on.
What'd you do with that Van Grant paper, Bruce?
Well, I must have left it in on the table.
Well, I'll get it. We can't afford to leave that laying around.
Call Morgan in here. No funny business. Come on.
Oh, Bruce. Can you come here a minute?
I'll be right back. What do you want? I was waiting out. Reach for it.
Now get through that door. Head down the alley.
What are you doing back here?
Well,
Hey, who got you?
one of Morgan's men.
Huh? Hoppy, let's get out of here.
Yeah. California, you scared enough to shoot your way out of this?
I sure am scared.
All right, here we go. Get going. Come on. Make a break for your horses.
there goes your new marshal, and I don't think he'll be back very soon.
Where are the two men with him?
Strangers, I guess. I didn't get a good look at him.
Well, that's that.
Gosh, I'm glad we get out of that den of bobcats. I don't know when I've been so scared.
Oh, you're pretty weak?
Yeah, I guess I lost a little blood.
We'll fix that.
I'm sorry, Hoppy.
Sorry about what?
Oh, about making such a mess out of things. Not taking your advice. I guess I wasn't heavy enough for the job.
What do you mean you wasn't heavy enough? Took the whole gang to stop you, didn't it?
Yeah, but I'd be ready for Boot Hill by now. If you and your friend there hadn't come along.
I guess we've been traveling kind of fast for introductions. Lucky this is California.
Howdy.
Hello.
Boy, you sure are name plumb appropriate.
There, that ought to hold you till we get someplace where we can get a look at that.
Yeah, where are we headed?
That's up to California. He's supposed to know the country.
Oh, Hoppy, you're always saying... Say, how about Pico Serrano? His camp ain't far from here.
You mean the canyon only a coyote can find?
Yeah, El Diablo Pass. And we better get going before Morgan sends out a searching party to make sure we left the country.
Which way is it?
Up yonder way.
Let's go. Wait a minute. What was that?
That? You don't know what that is?
No, do you?
That's, you remember asking me what a Camino was?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's it, all right. The mating call of a bull Camino.
Wigan, someone comes. You better go and right see who was it.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm Pico's friend. Macho amigo.
Ah, my friend, it is good to see you so soon. And you, Senor Hopalong. What is this?
A young galoot with more sand than sense that tried to clean out a den of buzztails lone-handed.
Yeah, and he's pretty weak. He's lost a lot of blood.
We'll fix him up pronto. Paquita mia. Agua caliente. The engineers for the focus.
Si, Papa.
Juanito. Some vino. It puts their blood very good. Ramon, maybe you bring some foods for our friends. Come, amigo. We fix it. Bueno.
Between you and Navina, I'm feeling much, much better. So you don't savvy English, huh?
¿Sabe English? No comprendo, señor.
Well, you don't comprehend, huh? Well, that's too bad. I guess there's no use in me telling you how pretty you are. You don't understand what I'm talking about. But you're beautiful in any man's language. I came to California just for one thing. On a beautiful, dark-eyed scenery to like you. You know, my dad gave me a filly once when I was a kid. She had a beautiful mane, just like your hair. And her eyes were big and brown.
Senor, I think maybe you talk too much. Maybe you better rest a little. And think about the little filly your father gave you. The one with the beautiful mane and eyes so big and brown.
So you don't savvy.
And so, that is the way it is. The stagecoach she's robbed. My Spanish land grant papers she stole. Then, Morgan and his men, they homestead my hacienda. I go to Sacramento to make the protest. They ask me for my land grant paper. I have no paper. So, I am what you Americanos call get the cross double.
I'm telling you, Hoppy, this Morgan's too big to go up against.
Yeah, but there's something bigger than Morgan.
And what is that, amigo?
The United States government.
Yeah, but the government's a long ways off, Hoppy.
Not so far, California. You see, before I left Texas, they swore me in as United States Marshal. That gives me federal authority wherever I am.
Yeah, but you're just one man. Say, you ain't figuring on trying the same stunt you cussed out young Lucky for trying, going up against Morgan alone.
No, we're going to need a lot of men.
Where are you going to get 'em?
Well, there must be others besides Pico that feel the way he does. People that have been robbed and cheated by Morgan and his gang.
Si, senor. Many of the new people, the little rancheros and miners, they all hate Morgan. But they are scared from him even more.
But suppose they was all band together with the help of the United States government. Then they'd be strong enough to clean out Morgan and his gang and make this country a fit place to live in.
Amigo, you mean to...
I want you to take me to every man in this country that has any reason to fear Morgan.
When do we ride, amigo?
Any time you say.
Bueno. Ramon, my horse.
You can count on me and my boys to help clean out that dirty gang.
Bueno. When you hear the call, ride.
And you'll all be sworn in as Deputy United States Marshals.
We'll all come running, day or night.
That's fine, thanks. That's it. Then we'll move in on them. When you hear the horn, that's the signal.
There's that bull Camino again.
What did you say?
Oh, isn't that the mating call of the bull Camino?
Who told you such a thing?
Why, California.
He's what you call making big joke. Camino means road in English, like El Camino Real, the King's Highway.
Why, that big lion galoot.
Drink your vino, senor. It warms the heart, and like my father say, it make good blood.
Something's warming my heart, but I'm not giving the wine the credit.
Don Ricardo. Don Ricardo, what has happened?
Oh, Paquita. Ayúdame. José. That gringo devil, Bruce Morgan. Who is your father, Paquita?
Here he comes now.
Why are you coming here, my old friend?
Oh, muy mal, amigo. The gringos come. I, Don Ricardo Velez. I am called a squatter and driven off the hacienda that my father and my father's father owned before him. When my good Jose here tried to resist, they cut his face with a quirt. One of my vaqueros was killed. Another wounded.
Come, amigo. Sit down over here. You see, Senor Hopalong, it has happened to Don Ricardo, just like it happened to me. We caballeros have owned this land since the days when the first padres bring civilization to this new world. Americanos, they come taking everything. The days of my people are numbered.
How many of Morgan's men were at your place, Don Ricardo?
Not many, maybe 6. They took us by surprise.
Pico, will you and your men ride with me to Don Ricardo's hacienda?
Si, senor. Get the horses!
You just take it easy and we'll see about getting that hacienda of yours back.
Muchas gracias.
Stay here and take care of that arm. And the senorita.
Boy, the old John sure knows how to put up his vino. Looks like we got company. What do you hombres want?
You're under arrest.
Did you hear that? We're under arrest.
Well, now, don't tell me you're the new marshal set up by that Citizens Committee at Santa Carmen.
I'm a United States Marshal, and I charge you with robbery and murder.
Where's your authority?
Here's my authority.
What you going to do with him?
We'll take him back to camp and hold him till we can turn him over to the proper authorities for a trial.
You mean you don't going to execution them now?
That's not the way it works, Pico. The law says that every man is to be presumed innocent till he is proved to be guilty.
But these men are guilty. They have robbed and murdered, driven an old man out of his home.
Oh, but you don't understand. Every American, good or bad, has the right to a fair trial by jury.
You mean these gringos, maybe they're going free?
Maybe. But I don't think so.
I do not understand this gringo justice. We make sure now.
You gotta let the law take its course, Pico.
For now, amigo, I am the law. These are the same gringos who stole my hacienda. They make me and my Paquita and my compañeros without a home, like the animals in the mountains. They make us to rob so we can live. No, senor. They die now. No, senor. Alto. You are a good Americano. I like you many. I would hate to have to shoot you. Ramon, take Senor Hopalong's guns. And Senor Carlson's. Make ready 5 riatos, good ones, that will not break.
Deal me out. Round up the boys.
$100 for the man who brings me one of Pico Serrano's hombres. I'll find out where his hideout is, and he's going to pay for this.
The gringos who stole your hacienda are with El Diablo now, amigo mío. I think maybe you can go home pretty soon.
Okay, bueno. What happened, Hoppy?
We had a necktie party.
Senor Hopalong, I'm sorry you were mad with me, but when I see the same gringos who stole my hacienda, I see red like the bull. The hot blood of Spain, she boils over.
Yeah, I know, Pico. Personally, I'd have probably done the same thing. But as an officer, I can't excuse you. You made one serious mistake.
And what was that, amigo?
Well, you've done away with the very men that I wanted alive, so I could make them talk. Their confessions would have been valuable evidence against their boss, Bruce Morgan.
That's the man we're after.
I'm sorry, I was hot-headed.
Well, we'll just have to figure something else.
I think so either.
Lucky, do you think Thompson would come out here if we sent for him?
Oh, I'm sure he would, Hobby.
I will send Juanito into town for the Senor Thompson if you wish, amigo.
I think you better.
Juanito! Juanito, do you know who was it, the Senor Thompson at the bank in Santa Carmen, no?
Si, senor. You mean the one we plan to rob maybe next month?
Cállese la boca. Juanito, always he is full of jokes, to choreado. You tell Juanito what you want, Senor Hopalong.
You go to Mr. Thompson at the bank, tell him that Lucky Jenkins and Cassidy of the United States Marshal's Office want to see him out here. And don't talk to anybody else.
Si, senor Hopalong.
Come, amigo. We drink vino to a better mañana.
Mucho gusto. Happy.
Yeah?
Why don't we call in all them ranchers and miners and clean out Santa Carmen now?
It's going to be a big job. We need a lot of men. But if Thompson and his committee know that we got all the good citizens of the valley with us, then they'll join us when we do ride against Morgan.
I get a hunch we ought to do it right away. I don't know why, Hoppy, but I'm beginning to feel awful scared again. I think a little of Pico's vino would go kind of good right now.
Come on, now get you a slug of it.
Make it a couple of plates.
Say, there's one of Pico Serrano's men. Gardner. Follow that Californiano when he leaves town. I'll meet you with the boys at the Cottonwood Grove south of El Diablo Pass. Pico's place is somewhere near there in the rocks. Chuck, round up every man we've got. Right.
I'll meet you in back of the bank. It'll be just as well if nobody sees me riding out of town with you.
Bueno, senor.
I found the hideout. I saw Thompson and the kid right up the second bronc on the other side of the pass.
Good.
There's their lookout.
Curly, you and Mort get him.
Gardner? You and Stokes take half a dozen men up to Barranca. I'll take the rest of the boys around on the rim. We ought to get a few pot shots from there.
Come on.
Yeah, if we can make strong enough showing of force, we might be able to round up the whole Morgan gang without firing a single shot. I think there's been enough shooting. We want to bring the law to Santa Carmen, not murder, legal or otherwise.
You can count on the Citizens Committee. Just send us word when you want it. You know, it's come to a point where I'd give anything to bring the law to this beautiful country.
Well, I think you've...
Get under! We gotta get out of here. Make a run for your horses.
Aquí está, mira.
You're nice, Americano. Only you come too late. Soon you will have our hacienda back. Thanks to Senor Hapala. My Americano, the little filly with a beautiful mane and eyes so big, brown.
There's a posse coming down the street.
What's the idea of the parade?
You Bruce Morgan?
That's me.
You're under arrest. If you and your men will surrender peacefully, I'll see that you get a fair trial. If you don't, I don't know what'll happen.
If you want me, you'll have to come and take me.
So, you thought you... Ben Stokes. Well, I'm California Carson, so don't try nothing. Come on, get her going. Get her going! Go.
Reach.
Come on.
I guess you know how we all feel, Mr. Cassidy. We're mighty grateful to you and Mr. Jenkins. You've made Santa Carmen a fine place for folks to live in.
That's mighty nice of you. Thank you, sir. I don't think you'll have any more trouble now with the new marshal looking after things.
Well, so long, Hoppy.
So long, California.
I sure wish you and Lucky could stick around. But any time you need a job, I might make room for a couple of deputies.
Couple of deputies, huh?
Uh-huh.
That'd be all right. Well, we'll be at about 20 waiting to hear from you. So long.
So long, Hoppy.
So long, old-timer.
So long, Lucky.
So long, California.
Doggone it if I didn't hate to say so long to that.
Hey! Hey!
Marshal! Hey, Marshal! Club Nelson's roaring, he's shooting up the town. You better stop him. Shooting up the town? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, here, I'm making you my deputy. Do your duty and stop him. I'm too scary for the job. Hey, Hoppy! Where's my horse? Where's